I did it. I hit the wrong button, so we'll have two. All right, I'm going to try and switch this around and put this in. Yeah, that's the trials and tribulations of using. I think that'll work. Now I've got to go back to my page and refresh my page to see if, all right, let's see if it comes back up. Let's see if I'm on there now again. It says I'm live. Yep, there I am. Okay, still doesn't look like anybody is here, but, oh, I got a comment, but it's not on this one. It must be on the other one. Maybe they'll come in. Okay, I'll wait a few minutes since I messed it up and see if others pick up the new one and come in. As I said, I have some, if you want to get my newsletter to get the cute little matching treat bag, that treat bag will hold a gift card and a few candies, that type of thing. Go to my blog, creationsinpaper.com, and over on the right, you can sign up for my newsletter. All right, I'm going to move this and I'll bring it back. Here's our card for this evening. Isn't this cute and really easy to do? It's not hard at all. And I'll show you how. I'm going to move that there. I'm going to actually move it out of the way because the first thing we need to do is we need to get our trimmer and our paper. And I have all my paper there. Okay, so what I'm going to do, and I'm just going to, okay, I had to do some thinking with this. You're going to take your paper and with the 5.5 inch at the top, and think about how your paper opens. This is how my card will be. It'll open this way. So this, I want this piece, which is the right hand side of the card, I want at the top. And I'm going to put it at 1 1/4 inches. All right. And I'm then going to cut down to 3/4 of an inch, which is right there. I know you can't see it real well. Let me see. I had some washi tape here. I don't know if it still is. Nope, I don't see it. I was going to use a piece of washi tape to mark it so that you could see. But there's my 3/4 of an inch. So I'm going to cut down 3/4 of an inch. And I love our little trimmer because it's got that little mark that you know that that's where the blade is. Then you want to lift the blade and move it down to 3.5. And if you noticed, I've kept my finger underneath because I don't want that under there until I'm ready to put it down. So I have it at 3.5 and I'm going to cut all the way across. All right, so we're going to move this out of the way for the time being. And if you see, you have this and this. Did I cut that wrong? If I did, I'll be grabbing another piece real quick. 3.5, 1 1/4. I did 2.5. Hold on. And naturally, I can't find my mint macaron cardstock. I thought I had another one here. Maybe I used it for something. Give me a minute, I'm cutting. I'm working as fast as I can. I'm cutting a new piece. Those things happen. I was so careful about making sure you knew where to cut, but I did it wrong. All right. Okay, try this again. I'm going to put it at 1 1/4. All right, and I'm going to cut down 3/4 of an inch, so down to there. I'm going to pick this up and I'm going to move down to 3.5, not 2.5. And even my notes say 3.5, but I knew when I pulled that up it was wrong. Now I'm going to cut all the way across. That looks better. Now I can get this out of the way, and I'm going to use my scissors and I'm going to snip off right down that score line. And I don't need that. All right, I'm going to go ahead, fold my paper, use my bone folder, and give me a crisp fold. So, now what I want to do is these have to be folded down, but I want to break down my fibers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my hand and I'm just going to gently start to curl it. You want to it's got to this one is the hard one, because you have to be careful. You have to kind of hold it there so it doesn't. And you're just going to kind of keep bending it, and you're molding this paper. You're not twisting it, you're not bending it. So you have to be careful. I wasn't real careful there. It ripped. Okay, now what I'm going to do, is I'm going to gently pull this together so that they meet in the middle. And if I have to adjust it, I can. And I'm not pushing down real hard. It's how do I say it? It's bent, but it's not stuck down. So I have my shirt formed to start with. Now, the next thing I need to do is I need to take and I want to add some dimension. So I'm going to go all the way around my card, and I'm going to sponge the edges, and then I'm going to do here, and you just keep sponging it just kind of gives it a little dimension. It's not flat. I don't know if you've seen that. And then I open it up and do this side because it's just easier for me. So I'm going to sponge here. Okay. And there. And now I'm going to gently pull this back, and I'm going to sponge in here because this will be the shoulders. And I'm going to do the same thing over here. Then I'm going to flip it on the back, and I'm going to do this piece and the edge here and all the way around, because this piece will show once you you attach the collar. So I'm sponging all the way around. Okay, so there we have it. And I can move this out the way. This we need to set aside, and now we're going to work on our tie. So we're going to take our tie, and this is where you need your ruler and a pencil. Here's my pencil, and here's a ruler. I was looking for my other one, but it's not here, so we'll use this one. And what you're going to do is take and you're going to measure up 3/4 of an inch and put a mark. And I'm working on the wrong side. You want to work on the wrong side. So measure up 3/4 of an inch, put a mark. Okay, so I've got that. Now I want to find the center, which is 3/4 of an inch also. I think, wait a minute, nope, not 3/4, 5/8, I think. 1, 2, 1, 2, and in the middle. Yes, 5/8 of an inch is the center. All right. And what I'm going to take and do is here's my 5/8 inch mark, and there's my 3/4. So I'm cutting up. This one's the hard one because it's backwards to that 3/4 inch. I'll hold it this way and just do it. Okay, and check it out. We have the tip of our tie. Okay, we're not done with our ruler. All right, let's see. Okay, working on the back again. The tie is the hardest part because there's some pieces to it. What we want to do is you want to measure in 1/4 of an inch from each side. All right, and then you're going to draw a line from this point to that 1/4 inch mark, and it takes some finagling to get it, because when you move one piece, it takes it from the other. Okay, I know it's hard to see, but there's my line. And I'm going to do the same thing on this side. I'm going to draw a line from my 1/4 down to that point. All right, and this is we're getting our tie shape. And I'm working on the back because then I can draw the lines and it won't matter. All right, and I'm going to cut on that line all the way up and cut it off like so. And do the same thing on the other side. Okay, there's our tie shape. To get this tinier up here, what I'm going to take and do is I'm going to take and cut a little sliver off of each side. And if you're anal, take this piece and put it on the other side. I'll be honest with you, it doesn't really matter because I ended up having to recut this. Now, they should be even, and I didn't, so I'm just going to move this down a little bit, and it'll work out. All right. Now, you want to take this piece is 1/2 inch. When we started, I forgot to say, this piece, when I started, was 1 1/4 by 4 inches. This piece is 1/2 inch by 1 1/4 inches. And I'm going to take, and I'm going to use my hands, and just like we did to mold the collar, we're going to do the same thing here. We're going to mold this. So I'm molding it so that it'll curl. I want to take a 1/2 dimensional. I know everybody's saying a 1/2 dimensional. I use half dimensionals all the time. And I'm going to put that 1/2 dimensional right in the center. Where's my pokey tool? It'd be easier. I can see what I'm doing. I'm going to put it in the center of that piece. Like so. All right. And then this is where this piece is going to go on here. But before I do that, I want to kind of see if I have enough to fold around it. So if I need to trim it more, I don't think I do. I think I'm in good shape. Okay, so I'm going to take my backing off, and I'm going to take my tie piece, and I'm going to put it on top of that dimensional, but I'm not going all the way to the top because you don't want it to show through the top. All right, and I need to adjust my sides so that they're even. I have a nice shape to it. Okay. And then I'm going to take a glue dot on the back. Good grief. And I'm going to take one glue dot off, and I'm going to put it right in the center, right about there, to catch both sides. You want it to catch both sides. All right, and then kind of adjust it. And then you want to take and kind of mold this a little bit. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to take a dimensional, and we're going to put a dimensional here, up in that piece up there, and a dimensional right about there. All right. What we're going to next is take your backs off of your dimensionals, and then what I did was I kind of held it in the middle to keep this one up, and then using my other hand, you want these two pieces to join at the top. You might need to adjust a little, like so, and then this is going to go up. You pick it up, let it come up a little bit, put that up underneath, make sure it's straight, and then stick down the other side. So it looks like that. All right. Now we got to hold our tie collars down. So what you want to do is you want to put a glue dot here. You don't want to put it up here because you want that tie to have a little bit of lift up there at the top. So you do one side, add it to your other side. Also, make your corners meet and stick it down. Okay, like so. And if it goes down too far, you can kind of adjust it. So we've got that. Time for our pocket. To do the pocket, we're going to take, and I'm just going to take, and I'm going to use it down here. I'm going to mark it here and here. So I did 1/4 of an inch, and I'm going to take and cut that corner off, and then let me see how far down I went. Right about there. I'm going to take this side and cut it off. All right, there we go. All right, now we have to add some ink to our pocket, and I'm going to use this side because that side has stuff on it. I'm just going to take and erase my marks. If you don't know this, use a mechanical pencil because it's easy to erase. So I'm going to go all the way around the edges to give it some dimension again. Okay. All right, and I'm going to take and I'm going to kind of mold this also, just to kind of give it some lift, not a lot. And then I want to take a glue dot, and I'm going to put a glue dot in this corner, a glue dot in this corner, and a glue dot at the bottom, like so. All right. I'm not going to put that on yet because I want to add my tie tack and my two buttons on my collar, so that the key is not to have that pocket up too high. So if you use your where you put your tie pin as an idea, then it's good. And I use these lighter ones on the green side, and I'm going to these because those are bigger. And so I'm going to take this one as my tie pin, and I'm going to put it right about there as my tie pin. And then I took two of these little ones and I did my collar buttons. If you don't have the glitter dots, if you have any of our retired candy dots, those work too. Okay, there we go. There are those. And now we can put on our pocket. And I use the tie pin as an idea of where to put it. And I'm just pressing down where those glue dots are. And there's the card. Isn't it cute? Just be careful, like, don't do what I did. I got a little overzealous and ripped it. But, you know, you can fix it so that nobody knows. You just trim it a little bit like this, and nobody will ever see that there's a mistake there. See, it's gone. It's gone. Nobody knows. Can't see it. Okay, remember, 4-inch piece inside, and you've got the perfect card for a masculine birthday or Father's Day, and so cute. All you have to do is choose your designer series paper and get your cardstock to match it. So I hope you've enjoyed this Facebook Live. I don't think anybody made it in. I see people have reminders, but they set it for the wrong time. I had it for 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so I guess that's something I've got to work on, but that's okay. There were a couple people that wanted to come in, and that's all right. We've got it. It'll be there for them. All right, let me see if I can take it out of my holder, flip it around, and I'm going to hold this. Well, I hope everybody has a great holiday weekend. Be safe, be careful, have a great time. Don't eat too much so that you get sick. Hopefully, if you have picnics planned, they won't get rained out. And I'll see you here next week at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Bye.